#1 national voice in defense of your Second Amendment rights. Gun Talk, available on iTunes and on the free Gun Dealio smartphone app for Android and iPhone. To be on the air with Tom, call us now, 866-825-5486 or 1-TOM-TALK-GUN. Now, here's Tom.
All right, we're back with you. Tom Gresham here at Gun Talk. We are at the Criminal Trace booth. They let us hang out here. They're very nice people. We're at SHOT Show 2018 in Las Vegas, Nevada. Doing this on a Thursday so you can hear it on a Sunday because the show is actually not open on Sunday. But we're bringing you all the news, or at least a lot of the news on the new products here. And right now we're visited by Ed Mazzio from Timney Triggers. Ed, I always have to chuckle about Timney Triggers. It's an interesting business because everybody who buys your product, you have to convince them they already have a trigger in their gun. I mean, you got to say, yes, you have a trigger, and you need to take out that trigger that came with your gun and put in our trigger. On its face, that's an interesting sell to have to make.
You know, it's unique that you bring that up at this particular juncture because we're launching some products that the factory trigger is actually pretty good triggers to come from the factory.
Right.
And so it's a harder sell, certainly. So when we develop triggers, like, for example, the new product that we have this year, the Tikka T3, you know, it comes with a fundamentally good trigger. I mean, crisp, nice weight.
Right.
So it took us a long time to develop a trigger because Timney doesn't bring a trigger to market unless it's a significant advantage over the factory equipment.
And it's harder if you're starting off with a good trigger in the factory gun. Now how do we improve on that?
Exactly right. So what we did was, one thing they didn't offer was two-stage. And the shoe was a little bit to be desired, so we changed the trigger shoe itself, and then offered a little lighter weight than what you could get from the factory at 1.5 pounds. So it's adjustable down to that 1.5 pounds, where a lot of consumers want, especially the target and hunters that are looking for, you know, longer range, more precision tool.
Interesting question. You bring up the whole longer range target shooters. As we have seen, and we have seen a significant increase in interest in first precision shooting and then long range shooting. And not necessarily long-range hunting, although that's there. But I wonder, that whole emphasis on long-range shooting has made people more aware of just being more accurate throughout with their rifles. That has to have had an impact of people saying, okay, what else can I do to my rifle?
Sure. I mean, you know, like we discussed in previous, you know, talks, a couple years ago, there wasn't a lot you could do to a rifle. I mean, it was really just a stock and maybe a trigger is what you could do. But now there's a generation out there of shooters and hunters that are, you know, personalizing guns, making them cater to themselves, and really, once they get that rifle to be an extension of their body, they're able to do amazing things with it. I mean, the long-range shooting, the PRS shooting that we're seeing, you know, the average marksman maybe 40 years ago wasn't making 600 and 700-yard shots on steel. And, you know, the average shooter now is with the calibers that are available and the products, the triggers, the guns.
And, of course, your background is in the firearms world, you know, beyond Timney. You've been at a firearms manufacturer. There was a time way back when gun makers would send you a rifle, or you'd buy a rifle, and 2.5 inches at 100 yards, hey, that's as good as it gets. What else do you want?
Sure.
You know, those days are, of course, long gone now. Nobody would put up with that. But you start to get to a point where you have to make smaller changes to get the very last increment of accuracy out of things.
Sure, and a lot of that comes from the modern manufacturing that these gun makers and the trigger makers like us are doing. We invest very heavily in very precision machines. You know, we're using the same, you know, equipment that high-end airplane tools are built on. The precision and the tolerances we can hold and mass produce using robotic fixturing and things like that.
Making them right there in Arizona.
Absolutely, right there in Phoenix. Lets us hold much, much tighter tolerance. The gun makers are also holding much, much tighter tolerance. You can find a .299 gun that, you know, shoots sub-MOA now.
It's crazy.
Sure.
I mean, it really is. All right, so I know you have brought out like a ton of new products. So give us an idea of what new triggers you have over the last, I don't know, year or so.
Sure. So back to the precision, we'll kick off with that. The Ruger Precision was a new trigger with ours. We have a two-stage and a single, straight shoe and a curved shoe. We also brought out the Tikka that I just mentioned a moment ago. The Tikka T3 was a highly consumer-requested trigger.
Right.
We did 1022 that's fully adjustable so that different shooters can move the shoe, the trigger, to fit their finger, and also change out to 4 different shoes that come with it.
No kidding.
That was a real neat addition. And then for the hunting world, you know, we talked about those value guns that shoot really well. The Browning X-Bolt, you know, it's kind of in that medium price point of a firearm, but it's an incredible shooter, very accurate gun. The trigger, though, we felt could use some improvement, and we developed an X-Bolt trigger that we think is the finest trigger that you could put in an X-Bolt, and you're seeing just incredible increases in accuracy and confidence of the shooters because of that.
For somebody who's never attempted it and is maybe intimidated by it, what's involved in installing a trigger? Should you do it yourself? Should you get a gunsmith to do it?
Sure. So with our concept behind Timney Triggers, that's actually the core of what we do when we develop a trigger, is we want our triggers to be consumer installable. So we make most of our triggers to be drop-in. So basically it's an assembly. Whereas you might be removing a trigger that has multiple components that when you're done, you're sitting on a pile of parts.
Right.
The part you're putting in generality from Timney is one part, 2 pins typically, or 1 screw, depending on the application. But
so you're not putting in springs and sears and hammers and all that kind of stuff.
No.
That's what you guys put together.
That's right. Let us put all those springs and widgets in, and the gears and gremlins, and then you can just push 2 pins out.
Well, and because that's where the magic is certainly the design, but also I've been to the plant and I've watched you guys put those things together, and as far as I know, every single trigger there is hand adjusted.
That is correct. Hand adjusted and hand tested in an actual action. So that's something that I think is unique to our brand, is that when you buy a Remington 700 trigger, chances are it's been fired 20 to 40 times in an actual 700 action.
Right.
And that's true with all of our triggers. We actually independently build and then test 2 different people. So the builder will build the trigger, tester independently will review and test the trigger and adjust it.
And they're tweaking, they're adjusting, they're getting it just the way it's supposed to be in a real action before it comes out and goes into the package that you end up taking it out of, and it has been fine-tuned in the action, and you just drop it in.
That's exactly right. And one of the questions we get by people who haven't even opened the package is, how do I adjust this trigger? And
stop! Don't do it!
The answer to that question is, have you installed it yet? And after they do, typically that question goes away very quickly, because we spend a lot of time getting it right from the factory.
Sure. And yes, they're adjustable, but try it for a while before you start monkeying with it, because you actually have somebody who does this all day long that's his business or her business. Sure. And it got it right. Try it that way for a while. Shoot it for a while.
Yeah, and the beauty is our triggers, by and large, are adjustable with the exception of a few AR triggers. So after you have tried it and you really get to where you're just making those finite changes,
right,
we've got videos, instructions, diagrams, and a full-time tech staff that you can see on our tech website, where you can log in and ask a tech, or you can call us, and we have techs that stand by waiting to help you make that final adjustment when you're ready to do those last-minute, finite adjustments.
How do people mess up their triggers?
Honestly, everybody's a gunsmith. I learned this in my 15-something years in this industry. If you buy a Dremel, it comes with a certificate that says you are now a gunsmith. Time to start grinding on some parts. Typically speaking, when we see anything come back for an issue or a warranty claim, which we have a lifetime unconditional warranty, but if we do see something that comes in for warranty, 99.9% of the time, and that's probably pretty close, if not understated, is over-adjusted. People
really
take every screw out, want to see how it works, and then they put it back together, and maybe it's not the same.
It's like taking your watch apart and putting it back together.
Exactly right.
Well, you probably didn't need those extra parts anyway, right? They always have spares in there. All right, what about maintenance of a trigger? I've heard stories of people basically hose them down with oil and gunk and stuff.
Yeah, we try to discourage that. We use special finishes. We do a lot of special hardening and coatings, to add lubricity to the parts. They don't require any kind of lubrication, any of our triggers. We don't recommend lubrication on any of the applications.
No lube?
Nope. A little compressed air now and then if it gets a little dirty, dusty. People out in the desert, like where we live.
Right.
It happens.
It gets a little gritty in there and just blow it out?
Sure, yeah, just blow it out. Give it a good inspection. Try it a couple times in the action.
But, man, it's just so tempting to shoot a little oil or a little something there. I'm just going to make it just a little bit slicker.
My grandpa was probably the most prolific firearms enthusiast of all times, and in his garage were no less than 50 bottles of solvents, oils, and lubricants, and he had to use every one every time.
Yes, of course, right, because I've got them, right? I'm guilty. I was the guy just a long time ago. You have a little bitty container of molybdenum disulfide grease, and then get a little bit on a toothpick, and then you got to work it into the trigger in there, because I know if I can get it on the sear there, it'll be just a little bit slicker. You're going... Now I know better, and I can just imagine the person who designed that going, please don't do that.
Sure. Yep.
All right, so where do you guys, you get customer feedback. How do they provide feedback? Because I know that's where a lot of the information comes from as far as what you're going to be producing.
from a previous product manager's standpoint, the way we gather data is really interesting. At all the events, these shows that we're at today, when we're in the field, when we go to events or three-gun matches, we're constantly polling the data, and people are telling us what they want, what the needs are. And our company is focused, number one, on improving things for the shooter, but number two, listening to the customer and answering the questions that are being asked. The biggest mistake a company can do is answer questions that nobody's asking. And if the customers are asking you for example, the Tikka T3, and we poll it, and we find the data, we find out what they are, we test the Tikkas, we find out why they're asking for it, and then we develop the product. That's what sets us in motion. So,
and it's how you come up with some products, and you're thinking, really, you brought out a trigger for the whatever it is?
I got a great example of that. Everybody knows the Mosin Nagant, right?
Well, that's the one I had in mind when I was thinking about that.
And, a couple years ago, it was just to the point where we just couldn't be suggested anymore that we make that Mosin Nagant trigger. So we set to developing it. We made the best Mosin Nagant we could make, and we put it in the firearms. It feels absolutely fantastic for a surplus Cosmoline gun.
Right.
And guys are paying, sometimes 2 and 3 times what the gun costs on the trigger. And it was our number 3 seller for a year.
And if you and I and John had sat around a table, we would have said, well, that would be like the last thing we'd ever want to do. Who would possibly want to spend a couple $100 on a trigger, put it on this rifle, this Mosin Nagant, and then, but you keep hearing it, and you go, okay,
Something there, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. All right, tell you what, we're going to take a break here. Thank you so much. Timney Triggers, give me the website if you would, please.
Yeah, it's www.timneytriggers.com. And you can like us on Facebook and visit us and follow us on social media.
All right, Ed, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure. All right, don't go far. We'll be right back with more from SHOT Show 2018.
Now you can own a brand new revolver with roots in the 1800s. The astounding North American Arms Ranger 2. A break-action, 5-shot, 22 Magnum mini revolver. Inspired by the Schofield Smith & Wesson of the 1870s, this 7-ounce Magnum revolver is fun to shoot and easy to carry every day. Historic style, high-tech, pocket precision. Check out the new Top Break Ranger 2 at NorthAmericanArms.com. NorthAmericanArms.com.
If you carry a gun, you need training. Your concealed carry class was definitely not training. But time, money, and obligations keep you from spending days at a shooting school. The trusted folks at Gun Talk can help. Concealed Carry 1, our DVD featuring the Vada Group, covers what gun, what holster, how to carry, where to wear your gun, and much more. Visit shopguntalk.com. That's shopguntalk.com. Look, this really is life and death. Learn how to stay aware, how to get away, and how to fight if you must. At shopguntalk.com, you can get the 2 DVD set, including Fighting with the 1911 with Tiger McKee. No matter what gun you carry, this vital training info can save your life. Learn the draw, the stance, reloading, vital gear from Gun Talk. That's shopguntalk.com. shopguntalk.com.
Perhaps more than any other landscape, wetlands embody the life-giving abundance that nature has to offer. And perhaps more than any other organization, Ducks Unlimited is working to ensure that our continent's wetlands not only survive, but thrive for generations well beyond this one. The time is now to band together. The time is now to rescue our wetlands.
If you're a hardcore duck hunter, Mossberg has a gun for you. The new Pro Series shotguns were designed and built to be the most reliable, most durable semi-automatic duck guns anywhere. Rain, ice, snow, it doesn't matter. When the weather gets tough, these new Mossberg shotguns will keep the shot flying and the ducks falling. This season, don't leave anything to chance. Head to your blind with one of the new Pro Series shotguns from Mossberg. Great performance at a great price. Learn more at mossberg.com.
We're back with you on the floor of the SHOT Show in Las Vegas, Nevada. We're joined by Amelia Pullman from North American Arms. How you doing?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for having me.
You said this is your first SHOT Show.
This is my first SHOT Show.
So what do you think?
I think it's great. I mean, it's exciting. There's a lot of people.
A lot of energy.
Yeah, absolutely. Really exciting and just sort of great energy.
It's okay. So, and you are, I was going to say new, but you almost a year you've been with North American Arms, right? Is the firearm world new for you?
It is a little bit newer for me. So, I mean, it's been almost a year, but it's a newer industry for me.
Right.
For sure.
So, all right, now that you're into your third day at SHOT Show here, how's it going in the booth? People you're meeting, your initial impressions of the whole thing.
Yeah, well, it's so much fun to see, people that love our products. Getting to talk to dealers and distributors. And on top of that, people that I know pretty well, people in marketing that I work with on a day-to-day basis. But, just really fun to see how much people love our products, want to sell them more and more to
There's
our
a passion
consumer
there,
base.
isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. A huge passion.
There's a big... It's not like selling clothing or shoes or something like that. People in this business have a passion for it.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely personal.
Yeah, it really is. All right. Well, obviously, North American Arms is known for the mini revolver and has done a lot of other things. But there have been a lot of people. I've been talking about this latest one for a while, and people have been saying, "When's it going to be out? When's it going to be out?" So it's out.
Yeah, it's out. So as you know, we do the 5-shot mini revolvers, and I mean they're all made in stainless steel. They're all just very, very nicely made. But as you know, the Ranger 2 is something that people have been waiting for years.
Yeah, to reload the mini revolver, you got to basically take the cylinder out and take the individual shells out, and then you got to put more ammo in it, put the cylinder back, basically disassemble the gun, put it back together.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's it works, but it's ridiculously slow. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So now we have a reloadable version, and I liken it to like an old Schofield.
Exactly. I mean, it looks almost exactly like that, only 10 times smaller.
Yeah, it's a top break.
Yes, it's a top break. So, I mean, it just opens right up, and, I mean, you can just open it, and it pulls up. You don't have to take out the pin. The cylinder doesn't fall out.
Right. You got extractors that pull the cases out. Then you can pluck them out. They're not ejectors.
No.
It's extractors.
Yes. So it's just a plunger right here at the top, and then those shells will just be lifted right up. You can just empty them out, reload, snap it back together, and you're good to go.
This is brilliant. I mean,
it is.
It is. It's good. And I have owned a North American mini revolver for 25 years.
Have you really?
Yeah. And love it. But this just takes it into a whole different level of shootability, because before it was, you'd go out and shoot it a few times and it was kind of fun, but it got to be kind of a pain.
Sure.
This is easy. You can go out and shoot this all morning long.
You could shoot as many rounds through this as you absolutely needed or wanted to. I mean, I'm not going to say it's a quick load, but it's definitely quite a faster load than anything else.
Heavens, yes. Exactly right. All right, so it's called the what?
The Ranger 2.
Ranger 2.
We had a Ranger 1 about 5 years ago, and we only made 500 of them. And because of engineering and the manufacturing process, that's all we did. And now you can find one for probably, they go for $3,500 now.
The collectors are all over.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, wow.
So the fact that we finally have a Ranger 2 that is affordable and I mean, in full production, and there's no way we're going to stop production on this one. So, I mean, everyone's going to be able to get their hands on a Ranger 2 now.
That is terrific. So what calibers?
22 mag.
Okay.
And if you'd like the conversion cylinder for 22 long rifle, you're welcome to get that as well.
Oh, okay.
And if you got the 22 mag, you can always have it sent back in, and we can get that all set up for you.
Okay, so they can set it back in, and you can set it up for 22 rimfire, a long rifle. Okay.
Exactly.
Interesting. You'll end up with the same size gun, obviously, because you're just going to swap out the cylinder.
Yep.
Let me hold on to that thing, because we got this. I'm going to hold it up to the microphone here so people can see it. Wait, what? So what do you say? That is... the other thing is, and this is the part that people won't get until they actually get their hands on it.
Yeah.
Is honestly how well made it is. It's small and it's light, but it is really, really well made. You can just feel the quality. And as I open the barrel up, there's no wobble.
No, absolutely not.
And
I mean, that's one thing that North American Arms really prides itself in. And I know people have been a little upset with us on how long it's taken us to make sure that this is perfect, but that's just it. We've made sure that it's perfectly engineered and you're not going to have any issues. I mean, along with that, we have the lifetime warranty on this firearm, so you're good to go. And it really is a quality firearm.
So it's 5-shot, 22 Magnum in this version. You can swap it out. Although, I don't know, it's hard to, you can make the argument either way, whether 22 Magnum or 22 rimfire.
Yeah,
which way you like to go.
I really do think it's just a personal preference.
Mm-hmm. And it has the same trigger setup. It is single action. Mm-hmm. There's no trigger guard.
No.
So, you operate it the same way, basically the same kind of safety protocol, if you will.
You have to pull that hammer all the way back in order for it to fire.
Now, do we have the system, and I should have asked this before, but in the past, we would put the hammer and the notch between the chambers.
So
we still
with
have that?
Exactly. You just half cock it, and it's in between those chambers right there. And it should
so
just
that
lock.
way the hammer's not resting on a primer.
Exactly.
So it works. Anybody who already has a North American Arms mini revolver will understand the whole system.
Absolutely, yeah. It's something that's really nice to see right in front of you. And once that clicks, it clicks.
It's not heavy. It's small. Mm-hmm. It's easily carryable, and there are holsters available for it now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, as far as an everyday carry item, it's what you want to be carrying.
Right. Well,
absolutely.
Having a gun is most important, and now you got a quality gun. I tell you that in a 22 Magnum, I would not worry at all about carrying that. That'd be a pretty sweet package.
Oh, absolutely. It's all you need.
And the gun information is there. The accessories are available for sale on the website?
On the website, NorthAmericanArms.com.
Okay, NorthAmericanArms.com. You really want to check out the Ranger 2. If you've seen the revolvers in the past, this is a departure, and I think a lot of people are going to be real excited. I know they are. They're in the booth right now. They're all over this thing.
Everyone's all over it.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Welcome to SHOT Show.
Thank you so much, Tom.
Very cool. All right, don't go far. We'll be right back with more from SHOT Show 2018. More products coming your way. I'm Tom Gresham.
Sign up for our Gun Talk newsletter and join the Truth Squad at www.guntalk.com. Now, back to Gun Talk with Washington Times opinion page regular contributor Tom Gresham.
Our good friends, the Crimson Trace, let us camp out in their booth here. It's been fun. Gary Killingsworth joins us right now from Crimson Trace. Thank you. First of all, thank you, because you guys host us here, and it's wonderful.
Yeah, of course. We love it. We look forward to it.
It's tons of fun, and we get to harass people. For people that haven't been here, it's like, okay, we're in the booth. We're like on the side of the booth, and we got this hallway next to us, and people walking by, and it's like we know a lot of the people, and they're waving, and we're high-fiving as we're doing the radio show, and they come over and harass you and make faces at you the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
So, it is... SHOT Show is this interesting combination of an amazing amount of work, but an awful lot of fun.
It's all of those things. It's all those things and more. It's like being at Disneyland for people like us.
Yep.
And at the same time, you're running the rides.
Yes, a good way to put it. Yes, we're having fun, but we're also running the rides, so we're working.
Yeah.
And people don't understand. I mean, in other businesses, people do trade shows.
Right.
You're there at 6 in the morning or 7 in the morning, and you're there and entertaining people at 11 or 12 or 1 or 2 or 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I mean, we had, one guy came in today. He says, "Yeah, I got in at 4 last night."
Yeah.
You're going, whoa, man.
It happens.
It's brutal. It'll beat you up.
That's right.
So you got to pace yourself. But it's interesting. We were talking before you came on of the feel of this show. Each SHOT Show has its own feel.
Yeah.
Last year, we literally watched Donald Trump be sworn in while we were at the SHOT Show.
That's right.
No one anticipated the Trump slump, what happened, and how much it was going to happen.
Yeah.
We're kind of through that, and everywhere I go, I don't think it's people wishful thinking. I think we're actually starting to see reports of sales going up. It's looking better.
That's right.
The industry's doing well. And on the consumer side, people, I think, had to catch their breath for a little while because it was like Armageddon was out there and we just dodged it.
I think you're right. I mean, I think that's a big part of it. And like we were talking earlier, the people are getting a chance to now buy what they really want. There's a less of a frenzy. They're doing more research. They're more educated consumers, and I think that's, as we get back to market stability, I think that's a big part of it. I think it's a good thing.
Well, and from the consumer standpoint, it allows you to make more informed decisions because you don't have to just run out there and buy something because it's all going to be gone.
That's right.
So you can take your time. You can go online. You can look at the reports. You can look at our reviews. You can look at our videos online and go, okay, red versus green. Got it. All right. Integral versus this. What do I want? How's it going to work? How's it going to attach? Is there actually a holster for it?
Yeah.
On a lot of the stuff, right?
Yeah. That's how it is. That's how it is. And it's. I mean, I think it's good. I think it's good. I mean, the frenzy is always fun for all of us, of course. But
you sell a lot of stuff, and you're in the middle of the whirlwind. But it's like, man, when musical chairs, when the music stops playing, somebody's going to get left out.
That's right. That's right. But the good products, the good brands, I mean, they weather. Yeah. They always weather, and it allows, a slump at times, industry wide, allows some innovation to come into play.
Heavens, yes. We're seeing that.
Yeah.
I mean, you just look around, look at all these new guns. Of course, you guys, it's an interesting thing. You guys probably know about the new guns about as early as anybody.
We do.
Because they come to you and say, hey, we're going to make this thing. We want to make sure that you have laser available for
it, right? That's right. So, I mean, that's one of the things that we really love to do is work with our OEM partners.
Right.
And we grow those every year. And clearly for the gun folks, it's nice to be able to know what's coming before it comes out. And,
sure.
But also to be able to launch a laser simultaneously as a firearm is being announced.
And not even just that. It's, okay, we have a laser for this new gun, but we also have a holster that takes the laser pistol combo. So when XYZ company brings out this new pistol, first thing people are going to say is, oh, yeah, that's great, but what accessories are available? Is there a holster? How can I carry this thing?
Right.
And you guys can say, yeah, come to our website. We have a laser for it, and we have a holster. And in many cases, you guys do a laser holster combo.
We do, yeah, pre-packaged with Blade Tech.
Just buy them. You got it. You're good to go. Rock and roll.
You provide the pistol, and we've got everything else. You're ready to carry.
Where are we on the red-green thing? Because, when you go way back, it was all red, and then we brought green in. The green ate up batteries more, and green was more expensive.
Yeah.
And then as we go along, that progression has changed, and the ratio of people buying red versus green, because few bought green and then more and more and more. Are we now, or will we ever be at a point where it's going to be predominantly green?
Well, I think we're heading closer to that right now. I think one of the main things is it's taken a while for the information to get out there for people to understand the difference.
Okay.
It's getting to the point now where they will understand the benefits of a green laser and why it's more expensive, why it eats up battery life more.
Right.
How they're going to use it, things like that. But the main thing really is understanding what they're going to be using the laser for. What kind of firearm is it going to go on to? Deep concealed carry pistols. A lot of times, I mean, a red laser is going to work for you.
Because more than likely, you're going to be a low light situation.
It's going to be a low light situation.
And it's going to be fine.
Exactly, and it's going to be close up.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, there are clear benefits to green, for sure. So,
no doubt. Yes.
And that's how humans are engineered. Our eyes pick up
our eyes
the color
see
green.
the color green better. It is it's literally not necessarily a brighter beam. It just appears brighter because of the way our eyes see colors.
Exactly. I mean, laser manufacturers are restricted by how much power they can crank out of that beam.
Okay.
And so the quality really comes into the manufacturing, the beam clarity, things like that. But we can only be so powerful. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Tell you what, take a quick break here. When we come back, I want to tell you a story about lasers.
Okay.
Because we just went to the range and put some people through some laser use, and the responses that they had were interesting. Because we kind of had an idea what we thought was going to happen, but we were shocked when we put lasers in the hands of people who either didn't know about them or people who said, I don't want a laser on my gun. That was pretty interesting. Okay. All right, we'll be right back with more from SHOT Show 2018 at the Crimson Trace booth.
your everyday carry advantage. The new M&P Shield M2.0 pistol from Smith & Wesson has the enhancements of the M2.0 line with aggressive grip texture and a crisp and lighter trigger pull. Extremely thin and lightweight, you can carry it all day. Also available with an integrated Crimson Trace laser in 9 or 40. The M&P Shield M2.0. Visit smith-wesson.com.
This land, once wild and free, fades now from our memory. But I remember what it was like, what we were like, what we are capable of when we band together. Perhaps more than any other landscape, wetlands embody the life-giving abundance that nature has to offer. And perhaps more than any other organization, Ducks Unlimited is working to ensure that our continent's wetlands not only survive, but thrive for generations well beyond this one. These natural wonders are where waterfowl begin their cycle of life, where the deer and the antelope play, and where we, the people, gather together to see and share what makes the outdoors so great. The time is now to band together with organizations like Ducks Unlimited. The time is now to rescue our wetlands.
Attacks happen every day. How will you react? See real people put into real-life criminal attack situations on First Person Defender. Discover what works and what doesn't. Kidnapping, ATM robbery, home invasion, and other attacks. Learn how to save your life and the lives of your family. Get the entire first season on DVD at shopguntalk.com. Get prepared. Shopguntalk.com.
Face it, sometimes more is better. That's the idea behind the double-stack, full-capacity pistols from Springfield Armory. From the groundbreaking XD to the ergonomic XDM to the latest refinements in the XD Mod 2 series, you can get subcompact, midsize, and full-size pistols in 9, 40, and 45. Carry, target, or tactical models. Fast, accurate, dependable. Don't come up short when it matters. Go full cap. Go Springfield Armory. Springfield-Armory.com.
All right, back with you with Gary Killingsworth from Crimson Trace. Gary, I was telling you, we just did some videos. We took, we have a bunch of them. They're all coming out here. And you've seen some of them, but you haven't seen all of them.
I haven't seen all of them yet.
We did one where we took 3 people, a woman that had almost no experience shooting pistols, a guy who was a recreational shooter, and a guy who was a cop, former cop. And we put them through some drills with lasers. Frankly, the woman was shooting the ceiling of the indoor range with iron sights, put the laser on it, and she is drilling this IPSC target.
Yeah.
The recreational shooter did well both times, but he figured out he was better with the laser. Yeah. But what was very interesting was watching this firearms instructor cop who said, I really don't have much use for lasers before, shoot it and go, And you could hear the grinding in his head as he's thinking, I said I didn't have a use for it, but now I realize I've actually never used one. You know, and he's saying, I can see some real applications for police officers with this. It was startling to watch this progression. They, as you say, they have the epiphany.
They do. There's a light bulb moment that goes off, and it sometimes it will be different among different people because they're going to envision their own usage for it. But like talking about the lady who had that experience, I mean, it goes back to it's a downrange projection of what your front sight's already doing.
Exactly.
And if she's able to, see what's happening with that laser dot, that's what her muzzle is doing.
Exactly. Now, I know I didn't give you a lot of time. I know you have new products, so tell us about what's new.
Okay, so Crimson Trace, I mean, we're known for laser sights. I mean, that has been our bread and butter.
Right.
Still is. Will continue to be. We're also launching tactical lights this year.
Really?
So,
white
lights.
Okay.
High lumens. So there's 3 new models that are set to come out here shortly. We have a universal pistol light, 420 lumens on high setting. And then 2 new rifle lights, 500 lumen and 900 lumen models.
Holy cow.
So it's exciting stuff. I mean, these are good products. We're excited to launch them. I mean, it's Crimson Trace, so we take our time as we do things.
We always do.
We were late to the green game because we needed to get it right. It needed to be Crimson Trace.
Right.
We've been slow with the light game because if it's going to say Crimson Trace on it, it's going to be a Crimson Trace product. That's what we're doing.
All right, so we got pistol-mounted white light and rifle, or long gun.
And
could be a shotgun.
That's right.
Yeah. With 900 lumens, you know what? You could shoot a hog and cook him too.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Picatinny, key mod, and M-lock attachments.
Excellent. So, Is that out now?
It is not out yet. Not out now quite yet.
Okay.
We're looking at probably another month, if not 2 months. So we'll be looking at March to April-ish.
You gonna have that on the website?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, everything's live on the website right now.
Oh, it is? Okay.
So you can read through the specs and battery life.
Okay, super.
Yep.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Still have the batteries for life on the lasers.
We do. So
free batteries for life.
Yeah.
Man, that's unbelievable.
That's right.
It's just nutso.
Yeah.
But, it's what you want it to work. It's got to work.
That's exactly. We anticipate that product is going to last for life. So we'll keep powering it with batteries.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What do you call the white lights system? Is that
one is in the Railmaster family. Mm-hmm. So the pistol light is a Railmaster product.
Okay.
Similar to our universal fit lasers and etc. The long gun lights are simply entitled Crimson Tactical Light. That's the family. So
nice.
Yeah.
Nice extension for you guys.
It is.
I like what you're doing there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you still keep bringing out new lasers all the time.
We do. I mean, plenty of new lasers we're launching. SIG P320 laser guard models, red and green. HK VP9, VP9 SK, VP40, red and green lasers. We're also launching a new Railmaster Pro for long guns. So it's built with the same module, laser and light module type as the Link system, which has been so popular.
Right.
But in a standalone
I like that.
Traditional unit.
I like that. It'll be pretty small.
Yeah.
Like thumb operated?
Yep, thumb operated for back, tap from the back.
Right.
Four modes of operation. So
I like that a lot, actually, because it's a good light and it's a laser setup.
It is.
Man, for a home defense rig, that would be outstanding.
Yeah, absolutely. And activation is so easy. I mean, as you're running the handguard, out to the handguard, bump it on, it's running.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it is.
You guys are busy.
We're very busy. We are very busy, and we're having a good time.
Are you?
Yeah, we're having a good time.
Do you get to play with this stuff much?
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's right.
Not as much as I would like to, as time permits, but absolutely. And we've got our in-house range that we're thinking about coming up with a name for it. There's going to be something about that you'll be hearing about.
Oh, okay.
We do all of our product beta testing especially for handguns.
And people need to know you're making most of the stuff right there, right?
We're in Wilsonville, Oregon.
Wilsonville, Oregon. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, you've got a whole team of people. You're making lasers. You're making stuff. Yeah. I mean, I've been through the place there, and it's a lot of very talented people who do small hand work that I could never do.
Oh yeah, me either.
Man, that's really crazy what they do there. But right there in Oregon, very cool.
Yeah.
It's a great company, and you guys continue to turn out good product. I'm excited about the lights, though. That's going to be really hot stuff.
They're proving to be very popular so far at SHOT Show.
And I want to tell people to watch for our videos. We did a whole bunch of videos using the Crimson Trace lasers, basically just letting people try them and see what happens. Yeah. And the epiphany, the way they reacted to it was really what was interesting to me.
Yeah. So, and we see that all the time.
Yeah.
And we love it.
Yeah, it's really something. Thank you so much. Thank you for hosting us in your booth.
Our pleasure.
Again.
Thank you for being here.
It's always fun. You guys are great to work with and lovely product and great people.
Thank you, Tom, and thank you for everything that you do for all of us and the industry.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that. All right, Crimson Trace. It's crimsontrace.com. Easy as that. All right. Don't go far. When we come back, I'm going to wrap this up for you. I got a few thoughts to share with you. Be right back from the SHOT Show. Back with you. It is the SHOT Show 2018, where you see all sorts of things. One of the things, of course, people are looking at is security stuff everywhere. Of course, obviously starts with your handguns as security, but also goes further than that. One of the things, of course, we've been talking about for a while is the Blink cameras, and would encourage you to at least take a look at them. They work well. They are small. They're easy to set up. They work off your internet, your Wi-Fi at your house or camp or wherever you have a system like that. You can get 3 of these Blink cameras for what the other guys charge for only 1, and you're going to get an extra 10% off with the Gun Talk code. I use them. I have them. They work slick. They are very easy, and there's a certain peace of mind that comes from being able to turn it on and watch the video from home or have it send you motion detection alerts if there's something going on there. I really like that. So to get more information about it, just go to blinkprotect.com/guntalk, blinkprotect.com/guntalk. And don't forget, when you get there, type in the word gun talk, all one word, upper or lowercase, doesn't matter. In the discount field, you're going to get an extra 10% off blinkprotect.com/guntalk. That will take care of that. All right, we are wrapping up at SHOT Show 2018. We're in the Crimson Trace booth. They've been kind enough to let us hang out here. We appreciate that. Also, we've been doing live videos. By the time you hear this show, it'll be too late to watch the live videos, but go to our Gun Talk YouTube page, and you can see all these videos we've been doing from here with reports of things that are going on, new products, news reports. We put them all up on, and look for Gun Talk Media on YouTube. Also, of course, you need to subscribe, follow us on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, where I'm at Gun Talk, and you can also see our videos on Roku and a lot of other ways out there. We're going to continue to do a lot of live video as we go forward and encourage you to kind of follow that. And also the beauty of that is you can offer comments and questions while we're doing live video, and we can answer your questions, or we can ask whoever is appearing with us, whether it's a Rob Latham, or I just had Jerry Mitchell walk by here in the booth. We're shooting the breeze during the break. Just an amazing number of people. In fact, he's over here right next to me now. And of course, everybody wants to go over and talk with these top shooters like that. So I would encourage you to follow us, to try to stay informed. We're always trying to bring you the latest information on all of this. Also, we're going to be releasing more videos. I mentioned the Crimson Trace. We have a whole bunch of videos shooting a lot of these new guns, the new Rugers, the new SIGs, all the rest of those. All of those are on our YouTube page, if you will. Just look for Gun Talk, our channel over there. So encourage you to do that. The other thing I would just offer is this is kind of I was going to say special. Maybe it's a weird time. I'm not sure. It's a unique time, I think. And there's opportunity if you're into guns. In terms of buying ammo and buying guns, the prices have not been lower. We have all these new products out. It's a very cool time. You need to stay informed because there are new products coming out that you may not even have been aware of. And it's the old deal of how do I know? Well, one of the ways you know is you follow us on our various social media platforms. Instagram, we're always putting stuff out on Instagram as well. And Gundealio, Jim mentions Gundealio, exactly. We've got lots of stuff on Gundealio, and that's, of course, our smartphone app. It's free. Just stick it on your Android or iPhone, put Gundealio on there. But make sure you tell it to allow notifications. Otherwise, we have no way to reach you, so we'll send you the notifications of new products, good deals, free giveaways, all that kind of stuff. In the meantime, let's make this our new year. We're going to get some new products. We're going to buy some cool guns. But mostly, I want you to make a commitment to training and taking people out shooting. Let's get more people to the range, invite them out, because it's fun for you, it's fun for them, and we build our political base. We are facing some real headwinds in 2018, and we need every one of us with a shoulder to the wheel. It is that important. In the meantime, go out and do a little shooting. Have some fun. Thanks for joining us here. I'm Tom Gresham. We'll see you next week on Gun Talk.